Uber and Lyft drivers, rideshare drivers around the world, I will tell you one thing. Uber and Lyft are very, very scared right now. For these rivals to publish in the San Francisco Chronicle that they are trying to rally California politicians like Governor Newsom and that they should remain, drivers should remain independent contractors. They should not vote for a bill to make us employees, shows how afraid they are. And you got to ask yourself, how did Derek Kay, how did Logan Green, how did John Zimmer get there? They bullied and bullied drivers month after month. They cut their earnings day after day, week after week, month after month, with zero respect to their labor force, to their workforce, the drivers, us, the people that bring in the money. This is how we got treated, right? And if you say to yourself, hey, those strikes never worked, I ask yourself, why are these guys publishing a document that they're putting out there together, Uber and Lyft, they're arch rivals, right? Appealing to these people saying, please protect our company, because if not, those 140,000 Uber drivers and those 80,000 Lyft drivers in California, 220,000 strong, right, will cost our companies in excess of $500 million more per year, right, on the taxes that they'll have to pay to become compliant, workers' comp, you name it, right? So they are fighting. But they know how they got there. They used the workforce, the drivers of the United States, international drivers as well, to get them to the IPO, to fill their greedy pockets. Now, today, they're afraid. And I'm also going to say the same thing. Politicians should be equally afraid, because if you are going to sell us out in this vote, right, and no matter where the driver stands, whether you want to stay an independent contractor, or whether you want to stay and become an employee, however you feel, however you vote, wherever you stand on this, I respect you, the driver. But the deal that these guys, these politicians, Republicans and Democrats, cut with these companies on behalf of the drivers is extremely dangerous for their future positions, for the re-election of Governor Newsom for a second term, for these guys that are aiming for higher office for the presidency, and for many, many other politicians, Republicans and Democrats. If you sell us out, we will vote you out, period. Now, do a quick calculation, dear politician. We are 220,000 strong drivers. We're about to form a portal, which I'm going to be spearheading next week, where we're going to bring in all these national and international drivers under one umbrella. All these unions or organizations that are trying to protect us under one umbrella. It's going to be announced. And we're going to invite in all these drivers, and we're going to have so much collective power over these guys and over these guys. So on that part, stay posted. That's one of the reasons I've created this, not only to create a new company that we form together as the rideshare drivers, but that we also have collective bargaining power, right? Because whatever gig workers or rideshare drivers united are doing, it's great, but they're little islands trying their very, very best. We have to think way bigger than that, right? So this portal, my friends, I've put a lot of money into it, a lot of hours. My tech team have researched all the companies, created the networks, created the cities. We will have ambassadors in there, and we're going to bring in every driver under the same roof so that these people here stop bullying us around, and that these people here don't sell us out, right? And I can tell you, I grew up in a family where my father was a political advisor to several heads of state, to several presidents. He was not a Republican. He was not a Democrat. He was a guy constantly going between these countries, between these politicians, and allowing or facilitating dialogue, right? And the way I, as a little kid, I grew up and I saw how politicians operate, how they do the song and the dance. And today I even see it more and more clear, with lobbyists coming in, with companies coming in, with special interests coming in, with them having to also keep their voters happy. It's a fine little song and dance that these guys do. And whatever happens in California is going to impact the entire nation, right? Because it already happened in New York, and the hourly went up from $14 per hour average up to $16. It'll have way more impact here in California, where most of the drivers are. And understand one thing, politicians, and I'm going to make this very, very clear. Again, you have 140,000 Uber drivers, you have 80,000 Lyft drivers, you have 220,000 drivers in the state alone, plus their wives, plus their husbands, plus their close family. If you piss these people off, if you sell them out to these companies, you probably have about 500,000 people voting against you, and they will take action no matter what side of the aisle you are, whether you're a Republican, whether you are a Democrat trying to sell a driver out. Let me tell you something. I, as the rideshare professor, I'm going to make very, very sure that this portal exercises a lot of balance. And whatever deal you come up with, right, it'll probably, and I'm carefully saying this, be something between gig workers, right, and something between an employee, somewhere in the middle. They don't want unions. They don't want the drivers to get strong. They want to muzzle their voice, right? So whatever deal these guys are going to strike, it's going to be somewhere in the middle. But we have to come out better than we're being treated right now, right? Because the only reason why people were striking in New York, Chicago, LA, and all these cities is because they bullied us, they cut us, they took money out of our pockets, and now they are paying the price. My friends, I'm going to end this video on this note. Uber and Lyft are scared. That's why they published this document in the San Francisco Chronicle, right? Appealing to the politicians, hey, please protect us. We do not want our drivers to become employees. We do not want our drivers to form unions. You, the politicians, have to protect us companies. But I tell you, dear politician, Kamala Harris, whether you Congressman Eric Swalwell, whether you Governor Newsom, and all the other Democrats and Republicans in California, you sell us out, you will pay the price. We will vote you out. Thank you.